After thinking I had lost all of my clients' footage to bad video, noise and grain, I decided to embark on a mission to find the best way to fix digital noise and restore my footage. And well, I think I might have found the solution. As you've probably guessed it, in today's video I'm going to be giving you my honest opinion of the Neat Video plugin from a videographer's and video editor's point of view, so you can decide whether you think it's worth it for you. Firstly, to give you a bit of an overview, Neat Video is a digital filter designed to reduce visible noise, grain, flickers, and other imperfections. The software works by analysing the noisiest selection of your frame and then using that selection to blanket cover your clip to remove any areas that feature the same pixel pattern while still preserving the original detail in your image. As Neat Video is an editing plugin, it is compatible with most editing software such as Premiere, Final Cut, DaVinci, Sony Vegas, and so on and so on and so on. But I hear you ask, how does it work? Well, let's break it down. Not like that. To get Neat Video up and running, you'll need to download the extension compatible with your editing application and your operating system. After you have it downloaded, you'll have to install the plugin and then make sure that the destination path is within your editing program files. After this, you can open up your editing software. For context, I'm using Premiere Pro here, and then you'll find that the plugin is already imported in your effects panel. Okay, so that's all well and good, but how do we actually use the plugin? Well, firstly, you'll need to drag and drop the effect onto your clip, and then you'll have the option here to either click build, or you can click this icon here, which will bring you to the main interface. But before we do anything, I'm going to give you a little secret tip, and this is going to help you speed up the performance of the actual plugin. So to fully optimize Neat Video, you can go to the top here where it says Tools, and then go Preferences, Performance, and then click on Optimize Settings, and then click Start. And now the software will optimize its plugin specifically for your computer, which will allow for better performance whilst you're editing. Right, now that's out of the way, the next thing that we'll need to do is to create a noise print. And we can do this by either clicking the auto profile feature, or we can manually create a square or a custom area, which we believe is the most noisiest. The key here is to select an area without too much detail, but covers the area enough for the software to read. So for example, I'm going to choose this little section here. After this, you can head over to the Adjust and Preview tab to look at your denoised version. And as you can see, Neat Video has done a really great job at removing some of those patchy parts in the shadows of this clip. And if I just move over here, you can see another actually pretty drastic example of how the plugin actually works before and after. See, if I just filter this here, you can see all of the noise from the low light conditions almost vanishes after we add the effect onto it. But ultimately, if you're not happy with the outcome, you can navigate to this side panel here and explore these three features to amend some of the settings. For a little context, the temporal section here will compare details across a number of frames, whereas the spatial section will compare nearby pixels within that one frame to distinguish noise from those details. But be warned, because if you push these settings too far, then your image will become over-processed, it'll become too blurry, too soft, and ultimately you will spoil the finer details. And I'll put an example on screen now of what an over-processed and bad example will look like. But once you're happy and you're finished, you can click apply and the effect will be added onto the entirety of your clip, ready for you to render. Now, it is worth noting here that if you have any other effects on your video, such as a color grade or any other sort of visual effects, you'll need to make sure that the Neat Video effect is first in line and at the top, because if not, it can cause implications in your edit later down the line. As with any plugin or product, there are both pros and cons to Neat Video. Some of the pros include that it has an easy to use interface, the plugin download is sent through almost instantly, so you're not waiting around for it to reach your inbox, and it produces major results. It can turn the unusable to usable and ultimately save your footage at the end of the day. On the other hand, there are some cons, and these include things such as slow render times. Rendering the Neat Video effect on high resolution clips can take a while. When I was working on my last client project, it took almost an hour to export a 3-minute 4K clip, but I guess render times vary depending on your computer spec. So if you are working on a super old computer and setup with hardly no RAM or memory or anything like that, then be cautious and mindful of this, because the performance of the plugin is not going to work as efficiently. Another con is that sometimes the footage can come out a little bit blurry or soft, but normally this is a result of editors pushing the effect too far, so just remember that little goes a long way with this plugin. When it comes to buying into plugins, I have to admit I am a bit of a cheapskate. I don't really like to spend money if there is a way around it. But with video noise and grain, it does make or break your clip, so buying into Neat Video is well worth it in my opinion. Pricing is split between applications and resolution conditions, so for 4K you do have to invest a little bit more, but you do also have the option to pay into cross bundles too, so that can be quite cost effective. The good thing about the pricing structure is that it is fixed, so you pay for the plugin once and then you have it for a lifetime, so you don't need to worry about any hidden fees or paying in extra installments in future. But if you're still sitting there and you are still umming and erring about Neat Video, I would recommend downloading their free trial first, just so you can test it out on your footage, see how you get on, and then make the judgment whether you think it's worth it for your work and your workflow. Personally, Neat Video has been a lifesaver for me, and it's nice to know that you have it in your editing toolbox if worst comes to worst. It's worth noting that Neat Video isn't by all means the only denoiser software around, so if you have tried any others, then let me know your experience. And as per, if you have any questions or issues with the software, then let me know in the comments and I'll be sure to help you guys out. But until then, consider subscribing for more video-based content, and I'll catch you in the next video if you decide to stick around.